of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Could we have roll call, please, Jenna?
Trustee Stauff?
Here.
Trustee Rhodey?
Here.
Trustee Belt?
Here.
Trustee Pater?
Here.
Trustee Kreiser?
Here.
Trustee Grabowski?
Here.
President Knutson?
Here. Okay, item 3 is the approval, actually, number 2 is public hearing. We have none. Item 3, approval of the previous village board meeting dated February 17th. I hope everyone's had a chance to go through them. Are there any questions, comments, or corrections as the way it is presented this evening? And if there are none, I'll look for a motion to approve as presented.
Motion to approve, Rhodey? Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Minutes are hereby adopted.
I abstain. Same.
Oh, okay, still adopted. Item 4, citizen comments. This is an opportunity for citizens to share their opinions with board members on any topic they choose. However, due to Wisconsin open meeting laws, the board is not able to answer questions or respond to your comments. All comments should be directed to the board. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker, with time being indicated by an audible alarm when the alarm sounds. Speakers are asked to please conclude their comments. Speakers are asked to please use the podium and state their name and address. For the record, is there anybody in the room that would like to make a comment at this time? Yes.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity. I'm State Representative Adam Nealon, 1357 Lake Park Court in the village of Pewaukee. Just wanted to come and just talk about, I know there's been a lot going on about with PFOS and in the news, so I thought I'd use this opportunity to come just chat briefly about it. I also do want to thank Nick for the invite, reaching out to my office and inviting me to come. And I thought, hey, this might be a good opportunity to come and talk about PFOS. I know Matt had reached out to our office today about it. Just a little update. So far, the state did award a grant of $1,076,000 on August 25th, but only $1,055 has been dispersed so far. We reached out to the DNR about it, and we do have a point of contact. So if you want to reach out to my office to get that information, we'd be happy to make sure we're touching base and we're hitting any deadlines that we need to make sure that money is dispersed. We also passed legislation this past session, AB 30 and AB 31, that creates a community PFOS grant program to provide financial assistance to municipalities such as villages regarding drinking water and public water systems. So that's $100 million that should be available. There's a 20% local match for most projects and a 40% local match for treatment system installation or new well construction. But there is a lot going on, hopefully, in the state to be of help. I know people have been reaching out to my office to ask questions about it. So if there are things on this or other things, I just want to make sure you guys know that I'm available to you, and I appreciate the work that you all do, especially as a resident of the village of Pewaukee. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to comment. And I'd be happy to stick around after if you guys want to chat one-on-one, or please reach out if you do have questions or want to follow up regarding this or anything else. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else? No? Okay, then we're going to move right on. Item 5 is ordinances. Review, discussion, and possible action to adopt ordinance 2020-602, an ordinance to accept detachment of a portion of the city of Pewaukee, Waukesha County, city of Pewaukee, Waukesha County, state of Wisconsin, to the village of Pewaukee, Waukesha County, and state of Wisconsin. The subject area is approximately 0.9618 acres, including PWC 0925-998 and associated right-of-way. This is being brought forward by the Planning Commission. They've looked this over. and they felt that this should be something that the village should do to help with everything that's going on at CTC also. So with that being said, are there any questions or comments as it relates to that particular item?
It just never ceases to amaze me how jacked up our borders are. Like that this is part of the city, this parcel.
Yeah,
Completely surrounded by villages.
there's more out there too.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. If there's no further, I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-02 to accept the detachment of a portion of the city of Pewaukee.
Second, Rhodey.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby adopted. Ordinance 2026-02. Resolution, review, discussion, and possible action to approve Resolution 2026-02, a resolution in acknowledgement of the 2025 WPDES Stormwater Discharge Permit Annual Report. Again, for some of those who may have not been here long, this is something that I believe has to be done every year. So it's basically a housekeeping agenda item. If you do have any questions or comments, I'll ask them. Otherwise, I will look for a motion to approve.
We just acknowledging it?
No,
It's a
we're,
resolution.
Oh, it's a resolution.
It's a resolution approving the, well, it's a resolution acknowledging the work that they did in filing.
right.
Seeing it's the same every year, so I'll just go ahead and make a motion to approve resolution 2026-02 for the acknowledgement of the stormwater discharge permit annual report.
Second, Kaiser.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any comments?
Quick question, Dave.
Yes.
Dave, how long does it take you to put this report together? Is there a value? I know it's required by the state.
For example, one section would be construction site inspection. So the DNR wants to make sure that developments like Kirkland Crossing, the Westerly, UW Credit Union that are all going on have erosion control. Someone's checking that weekly. So I get a report from those developers weekly stating that they're checking all their erosion control. And so then I have to summarize that at the end of the year and put that into the report. So that's just one example of one section. Probably one of the another example of another section is the post-construction stormwater management section. So every subdivision most subdivisions have ponds, and we also have ponds at the village. And the DNR wants us to either inspect them or make sure someone else is inspecting them on an annual basis. And so we want to make sure we get stormwater maintenance agreements in place on new subdivisions. So, for example, I'm chasing down one or two developers right now trying to get stormwater maintenance agreements on current subdivisions. And but we want to make sure that the ponds are maintained so that they don't clog up, cause flooding in the subdivisions. That's another section that's another section is called public education and outreach. We hire Waukesha County. We pay them about $6,000 a year to do seminars to teach kids about the importance of clean water and not to pollute. So there's Jane Jenks from Waukesha County. She goes and takes kids to. She attends our Clean Water Festival that's here. And she has a board and she talks to people there. She goes and talks to different school kids and classes. It's just an example of the things she does. else do we do? But it is, overall, it is helpful. We have to keep track, illicit discharge section. So we have 45 storm sewer outfalls in the village that go to rivers or lakes. 14 of them are called major outfalls. I don't know if you want to hear all this information, but we have to inspect those every year. Make sure, and they're called dry weather screenings. So we wait for it not to rain for a week, and then we're supposed to go out there and check to see if we see flow coming out of a storm sewer outfall, and if it's clear flow, or if it appears that there's pollution, someone's dumping something into a storm sewer that shouldn't be. So we do that every year. The major outfalls are anything over, I think it's 36 inches, or if it has at least 2 acres of industrial property that are discharging to it. Those are likely the polluters that would be dumping into our storm. Could be polluting. Those are examples of some of the sections here. The DNR has special interest in village-owned properties, which are our DPW site and our Building 2 site, so where our drop-off center is. And they're interested to make sure that we're not polluting those sites into the river, close to the river there. So I have to do an inspection there each year. So this report summarizes all that. So the report takes a few hours to put together, but all the parts to it take more than a few hours. And I don't do all the stuff myself. Some of the other staff help me out, like Jay and our DPW crew do the outfall inspections, which is helpful, so that they can go out and see what. I don't have to be the only one doing it, and they can keep an eye out for these kind of things. They can clear trees around the outfalls. Just an example. The DNR is also concerned about our street sweeping program, how much we're street sweeping. That's in here too. Jay keeps really good records of that, or has our staff keep records of it. So they keep track what subdivisions they're in all through the year. They include that in the report. That's not in the report that you see. There's actually a whole packet of more attachments that I could put into the report next year, since everyone's interested. I'll include all that information in here. That might make it feel, then you would know, get a little better idea of what's out.
I think the important thing is you find there is a value. It summarizes a lot of efforts that you put into it, and that's what I wanted.
Leaf collection, important.
I guess if we're going through the report, I did have a question on the catch basin one. It said we don't have a program in place for inspecting and cleaning them.
So our staff hasn't had time to clean out the catch basins.
Mhm.
We just haven't got around to do it in their schedule. It is something that.
So it's just more on a one-off basis, like if there's an obstruction or the ones on Park that, yeah.
In the future, when we do have to have a TMDL requirement, that's something that the state will be requiring in the future. And so other communities also already have TMDL requirements. We don't have one in this area, but so they're going to be looking at our overall stormwater model that we have in the village, which we have to work on this year. But it's a calculation from a computer software program, and if we start doing catch basin cleaning, then we get some extra points. We just haven't gotten to that.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? I just thought of one. What about swimming pool water? Is that, if somebody was going to drain it, do they drain it into the stormwater?
People do. Usually the DNR, they don't like that discharged directly to a water body. Chlorine, once you pump that out into your yard, after a few hours, the chlorine does dissipate. So it's better to let it sit in the yard before it goes right into the water.
I'm just wondering, I've seen in the past that somebody's run some water down the road.
When we
From their
flush our
swimming
hydrants,
pool.
we do that too.
Huh?
When we flush our hydrants twice a year, we are pumping all that water into the street.
Will we get extra points from the DNR for doing an alternative ice management solution around the lake?
I'm not aware, we don't right now get any extra points for that.
Okay.
Last year, we did do brine treatment. The crew, it just didn't work out this year that we were able to apply any brine. But Jay is aware of it. He knows the DNR really likes to hear that we're doing that. Jay's going to all the salt reduction seminars that he can now.
Yeah, I think a point of emphasis for the Public Works Board will be addressing residents around the lake and use of salt. The downtown was egregious and still is, and that drains directly to our lake, so.
We do get bombarded with possible seminars to go to about not salting so much. So we feel like, I feel like Jay's really trying to salt less.
I know he is, yeah.
Yeah, it's all the other.
That's what
Most-
the big truck's gonna be for, right? Tandem, putting a big tank in there. For Brian?
I'm not, yeah, I'll have to check. I'm not sure. We have just one truck that goes around. I'm not sure if
Okay.
he's adding.
Any other questions or comments? We do have a motion and a second. If there are none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Resolution 2026-02 is adopted. Number 7, old business. Review, discussion, and possible action to amend the dates of the temporary Class B wine and Class B beer alcohol beverage license for 2026 Kiwanis Beach Party. Again, it's basically the same thing as what we previously approved, but they had the dates wrong. So are there any questions or comments as it relates to that particular item?
Do they want to do it both weekends?
Does anybody want to make a
I'll make
motion?
a motion to approve the amended dates for the Class B wine and Class B beer license for the Kiwanis Beach Party.
Second, Kreiser.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Under new business, review, discussion, and possible action on proposed extension of terms of intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the Village of Pewaukee, City of Pewaukee, and the Town of Delafield regarding the Pewaukee Lake Water Safety Patrol Unit. Again, I hope everybody's had a chance to go over it. Jim, do you have anything that you would like to,
No, I know Matt had sent out the original agreement that had the details in it. This was an administrative element to same agreement that was originally passed by all 3 municipalities with updated dates, so nothing has changed in the actual agreement, the fundamentals of that. There's been no issues with Lake Patrol. Sergeant Twelmeyer is here to answer any questions. They had another successful year, lost 4 officers, replaced it with 4, potentially 5 officers for next year, so they'll be fully staffed, running 2 boats, and obviously have everything that is top of mind in the state right now in regards to local lake ordinances and non-ordinances that we've all seen in the news regarding wake boats and such. So we have a good plan in place for 2026. I don't anticipate any issues. And then, as I said, so it's the same agreement rolling forward with just new dates and extending the current agreement. Anything else to add, or did I pretty much hit it?
Pretty much got a little bit of consensus on the last meeting.
Thanks, Sergeant Twelmeyer, for the amazing work he does with the Lake Patrol. I think we have one of the best in, at least in southeast Wisconsin, especially for the amount of acreage they need to cover.
Second that.
Are there any other comments or
Matt,
questions?
did I miss anything?
Yeah, I think you hit all the highlights, Trustee Grabowski. I guess the only mechanical piece was the change in location.
Or,
for the committee meetings, which
Yeah.
isn't part of the agreement per se, but the committee did decide on a more regular schedule for transparency and one location, which is a change from the past practice.
so the village, beyond the extension approval, so at the last meeting, we decided the village is the host and permanent location for the Lake Advisory Board going forward. So that citizens can have a more set schedule and be able to provide more input.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve, where are we? Approve the proposed extension of terms to the intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the Village of Pewaukee, City of Pewaukee, and Town of Delafield for the Lake Patrol Water Safety, or Pewaukee Lake Water Safety Patrol.
Second, Kreiser.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Review, discussion, and possible action on appointment of the village clerk effective June 1, 2026. As you know, everybody, we are losing our Jenna.
Boo.
She has decided to move on. She could fly back and forth, but she doesn't want to do it. So we're looking to replace her effective June 1. Now, do we want to go into closed session, or is there any amount of discussion that needs to be done?
I'll defer to the administrator. Is there a presentation you would like to make in closed session regarding this?
Well, yeah, so there is just a few introductory comments I'd like to make in open session, and then I have some performance information that I can share with the board along with some wage recommendations in closed session.
Okay.
So as President Knudsen said, this was a known transition that the village was going to have to undertake. Jenna's husband is in the military and is being reassigned. And the comment I added in the memo was sincere, that Jenna's presence will be missed. And sometimes the office is a very quiet place, and Jenna's the energy that keeps us all moving. So we will miss her, and we'll have an opportunity to celebrate her accomplishments a little bit later. But if we're going to replace that position, that is approximately an 8 to 10 week process with posting and opening, reviewing applications, interviewing, and then giving somebody 2 to 3 weeks notice. And we've reached that point where it's time to start moving along that process. So when Mackenzie was hired as the deputy clerk, who's here in our audience, and this transition was known, and the plan was at that point that Mackenzie would be trained to replace Jenna when the time came. So we're here tonight to consider that, and I'll make some proposals in closed session along with some data, and we'll see how the board feels about it.
Are there any questions? Okay, then I'm going to go to C. The village board of the Village of Pewaukee will enter into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute section 1985 1C to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation that of any public employee over which a governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, specifically regarding the appointment of the village clerk. After conclusion of any closed session, the village board will convene open session pursuant to Wisconsin section 1985-2 for possible additional review, discussion, and action concerning these agenda items and address the remaining meeting agenda. So with that being said, I'll look for a motion to go into closed session.
Motion to move into closed session. Rhodey?
Second, Peter.
Jenna, can I have roll call, please?
Trustee Stauf,
Yes.
Trustee Rhodey,
Yes.
Trustee Belt,
Yes.
Trustee Pater,
Yes.
Trustee Kreiser,
Yes.
Trustee Grabowski,
Yes.
President Knudsen.
Yes. Now,
Get out of here.
Okay. Next, review, discussion, of possible action on appointment of the village clerk effective June 1, 2026. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Mackenzie Quigley to the village clerk position effective June 1st with the specifics discussed in the closed session as part of this.
Second, Grabowski.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Are there any other comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Congratulations. Since there are no citizens here, Dave, you work here, so. I'm gonna go right to 10, which is adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Village Board
Matt, do
is
you want
hereby
these back?
adjourned. Thank you, everyone.